I'm Pete Daniel, and I love to film the wildlife in my home of the Tamar Valley. The Tamar Valley is on the border of Devon and Cornwall. Join me as I show you the wildlife around the Tamar Valley for 12 months. Well, at the moment the sun is still shining in the Tamar Valley and the farmers are trying to get the last of the harvest done before the weather changes. And that can happen so quickly in the Tamar Valley. But before I do anything else, I've had a call from a mate of mine to see if I can help out with a little animal. Hello, Hog. Right, what's you doing? Hey? You little booty, ain't you, eh? Yeah, hello. Right, well I'm back at the garden tonight and as you can see it's for a good cause. Got this little hedgehog. A friend of mine rang me about 2-3 hours ago and he said, Pete, can you give us a hand? He said, we got a hedgehog in the garden. I said, yeah, no problem. He said, it's all good. He said, but it seems like the cats are starting to gather around. He said, we don't want nothing to happen to the hedgehog. I said, yeah, no, fair enough. And he said, also, we live next to a road. He said, so can you pick it up and can you release it up the garden? He said, well, you've got a bit more room, it'll be a bit safer. I said, yeah, of course I can. And that makes sense because obviously 9 times out of 10 when you see a hedgehog, they squat in the road, which ain't good news because they're getting on the endangered list. So we need to look after them best we can. So another little hedgehog, because obviously I had one 2 or 3 weeks ago, didn't I? And we called that one Sonic the Second. So this one, Elsie quite rightly said tonight, Daddy, we should call it Sonic the Third. So this is Sonic the Third. And as you can see, he's fairly lively. So I'm going to release him and just let him go. So I'll put a bit of food down so he can have a feed. And then he can go off into the night. But absolutely beauty. Look at him, he's a little cracker. Look. Hello. Right, Hog? He's trying to get away. I ain't going to delay. Right, let's get you gone, shall we? Yeah, all right? You're a little cracker, ain't you? You are. Little booty. Right, well I've just put some food down for Sonic the Third before he goes off into the night. So he's just having a little feed and then hopefully he'll just appear off into the edge at the back of the garden. And that's another hedgehog saved and that's absolutely brilliant. That's brilliant, isn't it, eh? Sonic the Third has gone off into the hedge, it's gone through the compost heap and make its way off into the night. It's absolutely brilliant. That's another happy ending to a hedgehog story and you can't get too many of them. It's absolutely brilliant. Well, that's absolutely brilliant news about that young hedgehog, and I'm pleased as punch about that. But now the weather has changed here in the Tamar Valley, and I'm making my way down to the farm again to see the progress with the swallows on their nest with their last brood of chicks of this year. Right, okay, well I'm back up the farm. I've come up to check the swallows in the workshop in the nest. I was going to try and do it with my camera, up the ladder and have a look in the nest, see how they're getting on. Of course, it was a week ago that I came. It was 2 days old, so you're looking about 9 days that the chicks are now. So I was trying to see if I could see in the nest with the camera. Of course, father's disappeared, locked everything up, I can't get in there. Luckily, I brought the laptop, so I've hooked that up. I'm just going to have a look now. So fingers crossed to be able to see something going on. Well, that's fantastic, isn't it? I've just put the camera on and straight away the parent birds come back and feed the little chicks, and they've grown so much already in that short time. It's unbelievable. I can see at least 4. That's fantastic. Oh, well, there you are. Hey, that's absolutely brilliant, isn't it? The little chicks is growing away nicely. The parent bird is feeding them. I was a little bit concerned because we've had the bad weather. I didn't know if the parent bird was going to get enough food for the chicks with all this stormy weather we've had. But they've done a good job. The chicks is growing away nicely. Absolutely fantastic. That's wonderful to see those chicks growing away in that nest, or I think so anyway. And the parent birds working so hard to keep feeding them. It won't be long before those chicks are ready to leave. Right, well, I'll be back to see them chicks again, but now I've got to get on as I have another small animal to tend to back at home. Right, well, I'm down home, down at the shed, and of course last night a friend of mine rung me and said, "Pete, can you give us a hand? We've got a hedgehog in the garden." A little bit concerned because all the cats are starting to gather around. And also we live next to a road, so can you come down, relocate him up to your garden? I said, yeah, of course I can, no problem. So I went down to Tom's house and picked up the hedgehog, took him out of the garden, gave it a bit of food and water and released it, and off it went. And that was Sonic the 3rd. Well, I'm up the shed tonight because now we got Sonic the 4th. I've just picked this one up in the side of the road. It was on the way back from Mum and Dad's. Went down to pick up Daisy. She's stayed down with Nanny and Grandad today. And we got to the crossroads. I said to the wife, I said, yeah, all clear my way. And I said, whoa, 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 whoa. And she said, what's the matter? I said, no, you carry on. I said, I'll meet you down home. So I picked this one up and I brought him home. Give him a bit of food and water because he wasn't looking too lively. But now he's looking all right. So this is absolutely fantastic. Saved another hedgehog from a road. But can you believe it? 2 nights in a row, we picked up 2 hedgehogs in a row. That's absolutely brilliant. I think that's fantastic. So I'm going to release them up the garden in a little while. And before long, we'll have a family of hedgehogs. So that'll be absolutely fantastic. Right, well, I've come up the garden tonight to release the hedgehog I picked up in the road earlier. But I was a little bit concerned about him. So what I've done is I set the old rabbit run. And I filled the bedding area up with straw. He's literally just gone in there. He ain't as lively as he should be, which is what's concerning me. So I've set this up. I put food and water in there for him. And I'm hoping he'll rest up. And maybe by the time I come up tonight to shut the chickens in, he may be well enough to go. But at the moment, he's not looking great. He's very, very bunged up. He's sneezing a lot. I've cleaned his nose off several times. But he is starting to perk up a little bit. So the signs is good. But I just want to keep an eye on him. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we can help this little hedgehog out. Right, well, fingers crossed for the morning. I'm hoping a good night's rest in a warm bed's going to help that poor little hedgehog out. Right, well, I've come back up the garden tonight because I wanted to check on the hedgehog I found in the road last night. Obviously, he wasn't looking too good, so what I've done is I put him in the rabbit run. And I left him in there overnight, and I come up this morning to check on him. And he had moved inside the sleeping area, but he had obviously been out because a little bit of the food I put down had gone. Not a lot, but a little bit. So I topped the plate up again this morning, and I've come up tonight to check on him. He's in the sleeping area. I can see him moving around in the straw. But the good news is he's been out and about because there's hedgehog poop in the run, and also he's eaten most of the food I put down, which is brilliant news. But I want to make sure he's 100%. I can hear him in there. He is occasionally, I can hear a little sneeze. And he is still a little bit bunged up by the sound of it. So I'm hoping tonight, if I leave him in there, he'll have another night of rest. And another day tomorrow. And then I can release him. But what I'm going to do, keep an eye on him tonight. I'm going to put this trail camera in. I got this trail camera for my birthday yesterday. And what better reason than to try it out than to put it in the Hedgehog run tonight. So what I'm going to do is put some more food down, set the camera up, and then leave it overnight, and then hopefully in the morning, fingers crossed, when I come up, I'll have some good evidence that the Hedgehog is well enough to release tomorrow night. And that'll be absolutely brilliant, won't it, eh? Absolutely fantastic. Save another Hedgehog from the road. Brilliant. Right, okay, well, I put some fresh food down on the plate for the Hedgehog. I've set the trail camera up looking at the plate of food, so hopefully tonight we'll get the Hedgehog coming out the bedding area and coming and feeding. And then tomorrow morning, when I check the camera, hopefully we'll have some good results of that. But hopefully tomorrow, the main thing is he's moving a lot better and he's breathing a lot better. Because if he's right tomorrow, then I'll be able to let him go tomorrow night when I come and shut the chickens in. And that'd be absolutely fantastic. Like I say already, I can hear he's sounding better. He's not sneezing so much. He doesn't sound so bunged up. So hopefully another night of rest in there, in a good warm bed, and food and water. And hopefully tomorrow, fingers crossed, he'll be right and ready to go. And that'd be absolutely brilliant, wouldn't it, eh? Right, I'm going to put the lid on the cage and then leave him alone in peace and quiet. I'm going to shut the chickens in, and then I'm going to get home and have my tea. And that'll be absolutely brilliant as well, because I'm hungry. Right. Oh, what's this? Oh, well, I've never. Well, I've just come in to collect the eggs out of the chickens. See, I've got these lovely eggs here. Got 4 of them crackers, absolute beauties. And then I come across, and I got this one. Look at the size difference. I think my youngest chicken's just laid her first egg. That's absolutely brilliant. Look, it's tiddly. Well, I never. Oh dear, that ain't going to fill me up with breakfast tomorrow morning, is it, eh? There we go. Alright. You lay your first egg today? Did you? Hey? She's a cracker anyway. Beautiful looking chicken. You lay a bigger one next time, can he? Right, well that's the chickens done for the night. So I've got the Hedgehog, brought him out the run. You can see he's curled up for a minute, look, because obviously I picked him up. But he's ready to be released, isn't he, Hog? Eh? Right? Right. So I'm just going to pick it up, put him in on the bed of straw. There he is. Right, Hog? Pop that down. And there. Now, hopefully, he'll go off into the night. I'm going to put a bit of food down on a plate over by the hedge. So hopefully he'll go out, have a feed, and then he'll disappear into that devil edge. And that'll be a happy end of the story. And that'll be absolutely fantastic. Another Hedgehog saved. It's all good stuff. Right, Hog? It's all down to you now. Well, that's brilliant news for the second Hedgehog. Absolutely brilliant. And I'm looking forward to the morning to see if he is gone. And that would be absolutely fantastic, knowing that we have helped save another Hedgehog. Well, it's Sunday morning. It's a beautiful day. The sun's shining. It's blue sky. I've just come up the garden to do the chickens and water the greenhouse and everything. And of course, I want to check on the Hedgehog as well. Make sure he's gone away into the night all right. So fingers crossed. Oh, well, it's good signs already. This is good. Have a look at this. Yeah, look. That's good news. Look, there's a little straw trail coming out of the little house I made last night. Comes over here. Oh, and then disperses. So the Hedgehog Must have gone, which is fantastic news. So that's great news. I'm just going to have a look inside the house now just to make sure. But the food's gone to put down, but the cats or anything could have done that. Of course, I come up the other night, there was another hedgehog up here. Blooming great thing in the base of the edge. I was just looking at the pond just after I shut the chickens in, and I thought, what's that moving? I thought, oh, it's a rat. And I looked down, there's a big hedgehog. So they've obviously come into the garden, which is fantastic news. But I just check inside the box a minute, make sure he has gone. Yep, there you are. The bed's empty. You can see where he's laying, look, in the straw. And then the little trail comes out where he must have left, and then he's gone on. And it follows it all the way out. That's absolutely brilliant. Well done, Hedgehog. Right, well, I think that's absolutely fantastic. The hedgehog's gone off into the night. So far this week, I've managed to save 2 hedgehogs, and that's absolutely brilliant. So hopefully now we'll get visitors back to the garden, and those hedgehogs will keep coming back. I'll keep putting food down, and we'll see if we get them. So I'll put some trail cameras down. But I think it's absolutely fantastic. Brilliant news.